You're listening to the SCV Local Podcast. I'm your host, Tim Blankenship, and I'm joined by my co-host, Amanda Benson. Today we're speaking with Bonnie Formia with Strike Krav Maga in Santa Clarita. This podcast episode is sponsored by Tim Blankenship with Divorce661.com. Divorce661.com provides affordable divorce solutions for amicable couples across California. This podcast is also sponsored by my co-host, Amanda Benson, with Ask Amanda Consulting, providing solutions for small businesses to increase brand awareness and improve customer service while increasing revenue. Okay, let's get into the show. Hey everybody, this is Tim Blankenship with the SCV Local Podcast. Today we're here with Bonnie Formia. Did I screw it up? I knew I would. Do it. Say it. Say your last name.
Formia.
Formia. Bonnie is with, who are you with? I don't see it here.
That's okay. I own Strike Krav Maga and Fitness.
Okay.
And I'm a big advocate for especially women's self-defense.
Okay.
And teaching women that they have to take care of themselves.
Okay. Krav Maga, I did that probably 15 years ago. I was telling you, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough stuff.
It is hard.
Yeah.
You have to learn how to get hit and learn how to hit at the same time.
That's the toughest part. It's not hard. It's actually very easy and basically very common sense. The hard part is you have to toughen up a little bit.
It's, if I correct me if I'm wrong or add to it, I remember it was good because it didn't matter if you're big, small, strong, not strong.
Correct.
It was more technique as opposed to brute force.
I would say a little bit, but the techniques are really simple.
Okay.
So, that's what makes it so easy.
Okay.
At least to me.
So tell us how long you've been doing this and
okay.
Just give us the
I'll
background. How did this happen?
Okay, so this happened because I have always been into fitness and, have had my weight loss challenges and all this other stuff. But when I was a teenager, I was attacked in my church by 5 boys.
Oh, wow.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I thankfully was not raped, but I kicked and I fought, but it definitely made a lasting impression on me. So I was also attacked actually a few other times as a young adult and just not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
So I kind of put it to the back of my mind. I didn't know anything about Krav Maga or self-defense and always been into fitness and just making myself stronger. So when I found out about Krav Maga about almost 6 years ago now, I took my first class and I was hooked because I'm like, this is what I've been waiting for. This is what I've been looking for because it's easy to learn, but yes, you get a couple bumps and bruises,
Sure.
But what's going to be the opposite if you are attacked? It's a lot worse than that. So that was why I started doing it, and I've always wanted to be better and better, so I'm constantly training and working on it.
So if you've been doing it for 6 years, do you still have to train yourself to get level
Yeah,
up?
what are the levels of that? Can you explain that to us?
So it's similar to belts in martial arts. However, it's a little bit, there's a lot more space in between. So there's about 6 months to 1 year between levels. So as you go higher in levels, you do have to train a lot longer.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes about 4 to 6 years to become a black belt.
Okay.
So I'm working on that for myself.
How many levels is there?
There's 6.
6 levels, okay.
So it's like a level a year.
So
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, or a little bit more if you train more.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
How does that compare to other disciplines? Is it about the same time track or to become
about the
proficient?
same time track. The techniques, of course, are going to be different. But in my opinion, not to put down any other martial art.
Right.
Those are martial arts.
Okay.
We're martial.
And what's the definition of martial?
There's no art to it.
Okay.
If you come towards me and you feel like hurting me or worse, the wrath is going to be very horrible, as opposed to in a martial art where they train forms and they train other disciplines. It's not necessarily going to be the self-defense that you actually need.
Would it be more practical?
It's extremely practical.
Okay.
It gets down to, hammer fists, just non-stop hammer fists if that's what needs to happen. It's constant movement, and so that's what I'm teaching. I'm teaching more, make it very difficult for somebody.
Right. The thing that I liked too, because I met Bonnie and then I trained with her for a little bit, was that it's all about attacking mode. So instead of defending yourself or you're backing up, you're actually going forward with those techniques, with those disciplines on how to really take your opponent out.
Attack your attacker.
Yeah.
Attack your attacker.
And I'm too nice, so that was my problem. But she's teaching me to be a little bit meaner.
I saw a couple of your videos you did
Yeah,
when you first started.
I need you to be mean.
Yeah,
Find that anger, because if you're having to defend not only yourself, but what if you have children with you? You're having to defend your children. What I'm worried about at this point is all the articles coming out right now about child trafficking and how these kids are being taken.
Yeah.
And you've seen some of the videos online about, you know, teenagers being taken, you know, from their mothers. I have teenagers.
What's the youngest person in your class? I think I met her, but I don't know if you have anybody younger than her. 14.
14. And these girls are, they know what to do.
They're tough. But I think that's because of what they're learning in the class too. I mean, it definitely.
We turn them around. We make them different people.
Yeah.
They're not the same people that they are when they walk in.
Now, is it all women, or is it strictly women?
No. There's men and women. I just take a special interest in helping women simply because I am one, and also because I have the experience of what happens if you are attacked.
Right.
You know, there's one of three things. These are your three options: freeze, flee, or fight. So if you freeze, you're
it's over.
just sitting there. If you flee, you are in danger of somebody running after you and then taking you down, kind of like an African safari. That's how I kind of envision it.
Tracking you down.
Oh no, it's the running after and attacking and taking you down. And then the other option is to fight. And to me, that's the only option. What other option do I have?
That's true.
So not only do we train you in the techniques, but we train you in something happens and you immediately react with a fight thought process, and it's over and somebody's gone and you're like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah. Tell us that just really quick, tell us that story about the one young girl that was at Golden Valley, I believe, and that she came into your class. She had really low self.
Oh yeah, Caitlin. So Caitlin is an awesome girl, AP student, AP in honors, and she was definitely taunted and followed by all these girls at the school at Golden Valley High School. And so she came in, and not even 30 days later, she really embraced what Krav Maga is and what self-defense is, and became a completely different person, and she hasn't been bullied since. And that crosses into other lines in the workplace, in any aspect of your life.
Absolutely. That
you're never going to be bullied. You're not going to be, you know, somebody that is just easily, you know, you want to be malleable at that age, but you don't want to be a sucker.
And taken advantage of. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought that was a great story that she shared.
Sure.
And especially in the teens, because again, with the young girls coming up, and bullying doesn't just happen to boys. Amongst that, you know, it's super important to have that self-confidence. Your class absolutely teaches that.
And boys, with the date rate, let's not even go there. But you know, she'll never be a victim. So.
Do you find that women are coming to your place to train? Like, I guess the way I would set this up is my wife doesn't want to go to where it's hardcore, where there's a lot of men, or even like where we work out. They do some boxing, and I tried to get her in there, and she was boxing with a little 6-year-old, and she was still really don't touch my face. So
she knows that's what I was doing.
Do you find that women they acclimate better to being in class with you with a woman trainer and?
Oh, that's interesting.
You know what I mean?
I'd
a woman trainer.
I'd say somewhat, and you know, unfortunately I feel that self-defense is for everybody.
Yes.
So if you are afraid or if you are uncomfortable, what the big story is, how do you grow as a person?
Right.
You have to work outside of your comfort zone, and that's how you grow as a person. So if you work outside of your comfort zone, you know, with boxing gloves, and you're sparring with somebody and you get, you know, hit, you lived. You're fine. You know, so you might have a little bruise.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It definitely does toughen you up, though. Learning, so one of the things that they teach is not just how to hit, but learning to take a hit. And that is crucial, because there's certain ways that you have to block yourself. There's certain ways that learning how to take a hit can prevent you from getting hurt. if that makes sense. And I think they do a very good job. And then also, I don't know if you noticed, but Bonnie's a little tiny one. She's not very big. Me watching her go through the same stuff, like she's just not telling us what to do. She's demonstrating and taking hits as well. Right. I mean, how can you not do it if this one's doing it? Is kind of what I'm saying. Gotcha. So that's a good part of your class.
That's a good example, essentially.
I did have one woman who, though, just had an issue with holding pads and having somebody hit the pad and you feel it in your chest and, you know, you got to toughen up.
Yeah. But there's a technique, even to taking a hit. When somebody's getting ready to hit with the pad, you breathe out. So once they teach you that, it's just, you know, I don't know. I think they do a great job with that.
You know, you do harden up.
Yeah.
So, and when we first started, it was me and 6 guys, including my husband. I don't know if you saw him out there, but he's 6'3" and very powerful. And he's also law enforcement. So, you know, we get a lot of law enforcement in our gym. We get a lot of law enforcement just training with us, and trainers at our gym are law enforcement. So it's nice to have them around, and we're the safest place.
Exactly.
So, yeah, we do a lot of, you know, what's out there. None of the other martial arts are going to do knife takeaways. None of them are going to do gun takeaways. That's the other difference.
Yeah. The other thing, too, I think that's really important, and I know that one of your messages that you want to get out is that it's a form of physical fitness. So, I mean, we are sweating, and we get a good workout by the time that we're done with this class. So, I mean, adding that into either your normal routine of what you're doing a couple days a week is really healthy, I think.
That's a really good way to do it. You know, a couple of times a week, self-defense, and the other days, you know, do your weightlifting, do your running, do all the other things that you do, but incorporate it into your workout program, and it just makes you well-rounded.
Yeah. So do you guys do any seminars or anything that you want to like include people with, or do you have anything coming up?
That's so funny. So on April 22nd.
April 22nd.
We will be doing a women's self-defense workshop. It's for 2 hours, 10 a.m. to noon at, the community center over
in
Newhall off of Market Street. And Scott Wilk is sponsoring it, and so he will be there as well as myself. And
love his involvement with stuff like this, with women and things like that. I think that's great. And so it's a free event. People
it is a free event.
Do they need to register anywhere, or they just show up that day?
They just can come that day.
Okay.
So
and is
10
it
a.m.
information based, or do they just come ready to work out?
We're gonna be hitting things.
Okay.
Yeah. So come with a little food in your body. Come with some water.
Yep.
Maybe a Band-Aid. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe an ice pack. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
No, I'm kidding.
We'll make it nice and easy, but it will be a good introduction to self-defense, and people will learn a lot. So, yeah, it'll be a great time. 2 hours.
Then they could go to Egg Plantation afterwards. I think that's like right there.
That or Southern Smoke, because it'll be lunchtime.
Oh yeah, it'll be lunchtime. So,
oh man.
Good.
So yeah, so that's what we're doing. Okay. That's our next event.
Anything else you guys want to add?
Oh, I think that's good. Are we missing anything there?
I think we're good.
You want to just give one last kind of how to reach you guys, website or contact information, anything like that?
You can always call me 661-295-2005. That's the best way. Right
just
now.
get a hold of you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good. And the company name is?
Strike Krav
Maga in Santa Clarita.
Yes. Thank you, Bonnie, for being here.
Anytime.
All right. Thanks for listening to the SCV Local Podcast. We'll see you on the next show.